Well, it's rare for a union minister to criticize his own government's policies. So that's why when Union Minister Jairam Ramesh spoke of the poor handling of Kashmir a few days ago, we sat up and noticed. On a visit to the valley, which included a stop at Sopore, a hotbed of militancy, Mr. Ramesh said India hasn't changed its mindset towards Kashmiris and that spy agencies are dictating strategy. He also attacked what he called the BJP's brand of hyper-nationalism, saying it's hurting Kashmir's mainstreaming with India. At a time when nerves in the valley have been frayed over Afzal Guru's hanging, Jairam Ramesh's comments are important. Nazir Masoodi has more.
There's a lot of harassment of boys and girls from Jammu and Kashmir. You know, landlords won't want to give them jobs. There are a lot of suspicion. I sympathize with the sentiment that, you know, youth of Jammu and Kashmir, unfortunately, are looked upon suspiciously even today. And I think it's, as an Indian, I find it unacceptable that this is the case. And I share the anguish and pain of the boys and girls of Kashmir.
Unsafe and untrustworthy in their own country? As complaints spawn of Kashmiri youngsters being harassed outside their state, Union Minister Jairam Ramesh has tried to reach out with the centre's ambitious schemes, Himayat and Umeed. Launched last year, they encourage women to become entrepreneurs and promise professional training and jobs to 100,000 youth from Jammu and Kashmir over the next 5 years. So far, around 5,000 boys and girls have trained under the scheme and got jobs. 15,000 are being trained this year. Jairam Ramesh also visited Afzal Guru's hometown, Sopore, the first political leader from the centre or state to visit the town after Guru's execution. And though he made no comment on the execution, he did talk of other issues crucial to Kashmir. He said what Kashmir needs is the right political engagement, not a strategy influenced by spy and security agencies. Spy agencies are dictating India's Kashmir policy. The centre isn't sensitive enough to the aspirations of the state, and that the BJP brand of hyper-nationalism will alienate Kashmir further.
Many Kashmiri leaders have been repeatedly saying what Mr. Ramesh has said after his recent Kashmir visit, that Kashmir needs a serious political engagement. Even as the BJP has no political base in the valley, the only leader political parties here admire is the former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee for the political initiatives he had taken on Kashmir. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi for NDTV.
So is Jairam Ramesh right? Are we insensitive to Kashmiris and do spy agencies dictate Kashmir policy? Joining us tonight on the program is a former spy himself, the former chief of the RNAW, Mr. Amarjit Singh Dullat, who knows Kashmir very well. Salman Soz, political analyst, joins us from Srinagar tonight. Sajjad Lone, the chairman of the People's Conference, is also with us this evening. And Dr. Mehboob Beg, Lok Sabha MP of the National Conference, is with us. Mr. Dullat, to you first. What did you make of Jairam Ramesh's comments? Do you think he hit the nail on the head?
You know, Nidhi, we are always in the doghouse. It's very difficult for the agencies to justify themselves. But I'd like to make a point here that, and I think most people will agree with me, I have absolutely no doubt and no hesitation in saying this, that the finest governor that we've had in the last 30 years in J&K was a spy master. Having said that, I will go along with what the minister said. I think actually what he said both in Sopore and in Srinagar brought a breath of fresh air to Kashmir, I think, and would give Kashmiris heart. Because what he's suggesting is that we need to move beyond the security paradigm and find a political way out. There is no other way. What really intrigues me is that I think it was 12 years ago, 2001, one of our former army chiefs then said that they had done their bit and it was now up to the politicians to sort out Kashmir. But unfortunately, 12 years later, we are still squabbling about whether AFSPA can be relaxed in a district and a half, as Umar Abdullah keeps pleading for. And what we are doing is we continue to play cops and robbers in Kashmir. We are always talking about how much the force level is there, how much is required, how many boys have disappeared in the valley, how many new ones are coming in. And
so everything is seen through a security prism.
That's right.
And that you feel is the heart of the problem. As a former like I said, as a former head of the RNAW, that's a very candid assessment that you have on Kashmir. Let me take that first to Sajjad Lone of the People's Conference. Sajjad, was it refreshing for you to hear Jairam Ramesh's views? He's a senior union minister, a senior Congress leader as well. But do you think that will have any impact on the way Delhi looks at Srinagar?
Well, I really don't. First of all, I really, it's amazing, and it's a pleasant voice from Delhi to talk about such things, because there has been an involuntary outsource to the bureaucracy, to the spy agencies. The politicians, I think, since 1947, have decided probably that Kashmir is too technical, too scientific in the political context to be dealt with, maybe too risky. And they've outsourced it to these spy agencies. And I really wish that the politicians took it back and started dealing it politically, as Dulat Saab was saying just now. But I really don't think, at least from this government, I wouldn't, expect that they would take. If anything, I think they might reprimand Mr. Ramesh for making such remarks.
Meenakshi Lekhi, how do you look at these comments? I mean, Jairam Ramesh had criticism for the BJP as well, but would you concede that we only really look at, problems in Kashmir when there is a problem actually? We look at it completely through a security prism, and there isn't really deep thought in, about a political engagement. Would you concede that?
One question to Mr. Ramesh. His government's been in power for past 9 years. What has he done? What has his government
Absolutely.
done? Right? Second point, even your reporter said that Vajpayee government was the best, and his name is remembered even today. So once an independent person is making that assessment, I think the assessment which Mr. Jairam Ramesh is making is completely political and incorrect. And he is today trying to undo what his government has been doing for so long. So what you see is a policy under which Congress party works, that is talk in folk tongues. And this is exactly the paradigm they are trying to shift to. That's number one. Number two, there are technical and various security issues related to Kashmir. No denial on that. And unfortunately, to my assessment and the kind of information that I'm getting, that even the engagement where government is trying to engage people is in a absolutely incorrect manner. Because when you talk about policy, say employing people or employing youth, there is no policy of employing youth as such, but you start pelting thrones, and there will be an old militant who will be becoming your broker. Take these guys to the employment officer, take money from the parents, and these people will get employment, as if you're actually benefiting those who are throwing and pelting stones on the establishment. Now, this is an unfortunate example which I'm trying to give, and there are various potholes in the manner in which administration is functioning. There are several militants who have been assigned jobs. We don't know under which policy. There are several people who have been fighting militants, local Kashmiris. They are not getting the protection. So, unfortunate part is that there is a manner in which these issues have to be handled. We see a failure, and as a person from BJP, I would say, when you talk of hyper-nationalism, what exactly do you mean by that? If there has been a failure, so far as state is concerned, your government was in power. The best example of Kashmir's engagement was during my time.